Hi, my name is Joseph Ottinger. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, United States. What I would like to demonstrate is the use of sidechain compression on a bass track. Sidechain compression or sidechain effects rendering really uses the output from one channel as input for another channel. What this means is that as the one channel grows or creates sound that's used to modify something. In this case, it's compression, the compression level for the other track. The reason you do this is, especially in this case where I'm using a bass drum in sidechain compression with a bass guitar, the reason you do this is to minimize the low-end squashing of the two sounds together. Whenever you have the bass guitar and the bass drum playing at the same time, they kind of overemphasize the low-end results. The low end sound, so you kind of get a very short overwhelming on the low end. So you compress them together so that whenever the bass drum is hit, the bass guitar minimizes its output a little bit, so there's a little bit less squashing, a little bit overwhelming of the bass. The way that you do this with Cubase is you basically set a compression on the input track. In this case, it's the bass line. We have a compressor right here. The way that you do this here is you turn on and off sidechain compression with this button right here. In this case, it's on. This means that this is available as a bus for another track to send to. In this case, it's a very gentle compression. It's nothing really spectacular at this point. The input for the track actually comes from the drum sampler, in this case, BFD2. What we have here is the chance to go to a send, and we send it to a sidechain, in this case the compressor on the bass. We actually have it turned off right now, and we actually have it turned down a good bit because we don't want the sound to drop out entirely. We just want to kind of gently squash a little bit. The way that it sounds is something like this. Let's go ahead and get it started. So So what you see there is whenever the whether sidechain compression is on, you get a little bit more of that bottom end meat, so that it kind of overwhelms the bass a little bit. Now it's kind of hard to tell here because, like I said, I kind of use a gentle compression. But this is actually a very useful technique for getting the collective dynamics of a set of tracks together. In this case, it's the collective dynamics of the bass drum and the bass guitar. You can also apply sidechain compression to the entire output of a drum kit, so you can kind of get a feel for how the drums work together as a whole. So you can actually EQ the bass drum and kind of treat it a little bit, but you want the toms to kind of have their relative position, so you use sidechain compression on all of the drum kit into a single track, and you get all of the drums dynamics as well as having the ability to work with the bass drum specifically. Very useful technique. Again, this is being shown for Cubase 7 specifically. Other DAWs will have their own methods for this, but this is actually something that is incredibly useful no matter what recording system you're using. Thank you.